The two other FIA Presidential Special Awards are presented to two men who have excelled both on and off track, following a sensational year during which he claimed a record-equalling 7th Formula One World Championship. Our first winner is Lewis Hamilton. Lewis, welcome back. Good to see you. Now, when you entered Formula One way back in 2007, I mean, did you imagine it? Did you envisage that it would be possible to match Michael's record of 7 titles?
I definitely didn't know what to expect. I think when you get to Formula One, it's such a privilege to have the opportunity. I think you're generally hoping to perform well, and I would say probably at the end of each year, you're hoping that you still got a seat the following year. So did I after winning one world championship think that I could get to 7? I mean, I was really grateful for the one that I had, and however, of course, was pushing for more. But I think it's beyond my wildest dreams to think that I now stand here as a 7-time world champion, and I couldn't have done it without such an incredible group of people behind me. Oh, wow. Standing at the factory now, where all those individuals work so hard to provide me with a platform to be able to really show what I can do and live to my full potential. So I'm really grateful for that.
Now, as well as all your remarkable on-track performance, you've also been at the very forefront of the End Racism campaign and promoting diversity and inclusion in motorsport. Can you tell us a bit more about the Hamilton Commission and what you hope to achieve?
Well, I've always walked alone in this sport. I've never come across another black family, and I mean, look, I've been in Formula One for 14 years, and it has not progressed in terms of its diversity. And I think it's been such an important year. I, as a person of color, and people of color do not have the opportunity to opt out. They will experience some form of racism at some stage through their lives, and it's about creating opportunity. When I ask people why the sport is not diverse, when I ask our leaders, they didn't know what the answer was. And so I think the reason for putting the Hamilton Commission together is to try and find what the root cause is, and beyond the systematic oppression that there generally is, and try and find out how we can break down those barriers and create equal opportunity for young people to get into STEM subjects and create a real pathway into, I can't change, most likely not going to be able to change the fact that the sport is expensive for a young driver coming from the same background as me. But what I can change, and I'm trying to work with John, which I'm really grateful for his steps and the steps that Formula One's taken, is that we can open up the doors to create, to understand what the barriers are and break down those barriers so we can get more engineers. There's so many great and wonderful jobs within this sport, and I think it's really important that we dive deep and not only make the symbolic gestures that we have done throughout the year, but really take action moving forward. So I'm really hopeful that together with the FIA and with Formula One, I think we can really make some leaps and bounds moving forward, hopefully from 2021 onwards.
It's amazing to hear, and the sport won't be the same again. Things are changing and opportunity is coming. Thank you. Now, our second award goes to the driver whose record Hamilton equalled, and someone who also has an amazing legacy of helping great causes, Michael Schumacher. Now, Michael has worked tirelessly as an advocate for road safety, has donated to the charity in support of the 2004 tsunami victims, and has contributed to the creation of the ICM, which is devoted to medical research for brain and spinal cord disorders. Michael is also the inspiration behind the Keep Fighting Foundation, which recently became the first organisation to pledge 5,000 helmets to the FIA Affordable and Safe Helmet campaign. And joining us tonight to accept this award on his behalf is his wife, Karina. Karina, come and join us on the stage with myself and Jean-Todd. Lovely to see you tonight. Here is the fantastic award, looking rather incredible. Now, you were obviously there when Michael won his 7th title win. Just explain to us, I mean, what was it like? How did he keep his motivation and desire going when he'd already achieved so much?
I see he just loved it. So from this point, he doesn't need to have an extra boost. He just had it, and he did have always the motivation to go because he loved racing so much.
Well, that's it, isn't it? If you do what you love, you never have to work a day in your life, and the passion continues. Tell us a bit more about the idea of behind the Keep Fighting Foundation and the work it does.
Michael has always a big heart to do stuff for people that need something or things in that way, and so for him was always a big pleasure to do these things, and with the Keep Fighting we just want to continue the stuff he started. I mean, with all the charities and stuff he did, so I think that's the key, and we want to do that.
Absolutely. And Mr. President, I mean, how inspiring really to have Michael and Lewis here winning these awards. How much of an influence have they had both in the sport and also away from the track?
I mean, they're amazing human beings, and they are champions. They have going our thing, and Lewis, they exist as a champion, but then they want to do something back for the society. And I commend Lewis' involvement in diversity, and he's doing a great job. And we will do as much as we can together with Formula One to support him. And talking about Michael was always ready to support any kind of actions which was going to help the society, and of course what safety. And when we are racing driver, and we have been talking with Romain Grosjean about accidents, about motor racing being a laboratory for safety, and we must not forget that every year 1.4 million people die on the roads. It's #1 cause of mortality for youth between 5 to 29 years old age. So to have people with like Michael, like Lewis, engaging to guide youngsters is absolutely something essential. And Michael was always there, and I must also thank Lewis for his commitment on all those issues as well, but still long way to go, you know, and we want to improve safety in motor racing, we want to improve safety on the road, we want to improve diversity, gender equality, and inclusion. So there is a lot on the plate, but having people with leadership, with a passion like Michael and Lewis will help us a lot.
There's a lot of passion in this room, isn't there? Jean Todt, thank you very much. I mean, it is wonderful to hear the support that you have for both Michael and Lewis. We're going to say a quick goodbye to Lewis, but we will see you later, I'm sure. Karina, thank you so much for joining us. It's been wonderful having you here. And Jean Todt, thank you for those amazing words.